Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda and the Commander-in-Chief of Rwanda Defense Force, distinguished invited guests, graduating senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the Rwanda Defense Force Command and Staff College fraternity, it gives me pleasure to warmly welcome you to this graduation ceremony that marks the successful end of the Senior Command and Staff Course 9. I would like to particularly welcome the President of the Republic of Rwanda and the Commander-in-Chief of the RDF to this very important occasion. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion and making it so much more special for the graduates and indeed for all of us. Your Excellency, since the inauguration of this college by Your Excellency in 2012, we have graduated 412 senior officers in Senior Command and Staff course and 447 in the Junior Command and Staff course. Out of the 418 graduates of Senior Command and Staff course, 94 were drawn from 13 allied countries on the continent and beyond, testifying the growing international profile of the college and ultimately our country. Your Excellency, the graduating cohort exclusively admitted national senior officers, 44 from Rwanda Defense Force and 3 from Rwanda National Police due to COVID-19 pandemic. As a consequence, we missed the diversity brought by international blend. Nonetheless, I have the honor to report that the graduates before you have fulfilled the Senior Command and Staff course academic requirements and have successfully completed this course and are thus ready to be conferred upon the Passed Staff Course symbol. We, as the college, are pleased with their performance, and we believe that the college has set a firm base for their future career progression in command and staff appointments at operational level. The partnership between this college and the University of Rwanda has strengthened the quality of the course. To the graduates, I wish to say that graduation signifies the culmination of a year of hard work on your part and is a celebration of your efforts, and I trust that this one-year transformation experience will resonate with you throughout the duration of your professional and personal life. Thank you, sir, for your support and guidance and for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us on this important occasion. My respectful appreciation goes to the RDF and Ministry of Defense leadership for their direction and ample involvement in the college activities and progress. It is an invaluable encouragement. Our sincere appreciations go to University of Rwanda for accreditation and facilitation of this course. I also wish to thank the college faculty and support staff for their commitment throughout this academic year as we steered through these unprecedented times. Finally, I wish to register our appreciation to the graduates' spouses and families, without whose steadfast support it would have been very difficult for those officers to endure the 47 weeks. We are grateful for the sacrifices they make to provide an enabling environment for the officers to concentrate on the course. As I conclude, I wish to assure Your Excellency that we are committed to offer nothing but the best. Once again, Your Excellency, I can't thank you enough for gracing this occasion with your presence. Your Excellency, it is now my honor to inform the students that they are now allowed to bear the title of Passed Staff Course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
prize for the best college research paper is awarded to the student whose research paper was judged as the best on the course. The next award is the second overall Best Student Award. The prize is awarded to the student who is placed second in the order of merit on the course.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I hereby declare this congregation of June 2021 graduation ceremony of the University of Rwanda open.
Your Excellency, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Chancellor, I, Dr. Alphonse Mref, Principal of the College of Arts and Social Sciences, have the honor to present to you the following 29 candidates who, during the academic year 2020-2021, satisfied the Academic Council and the Senate requirements for the conferment of the Master of Arts in Security Studies.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, and knowing that you have satisfied the University of Rwanda requirements in all subjects for which you were enrolled, trained, and examined, I confer upon you the Master of Arts in Security Studies. Congratulations.
Distinguished leaders of our country, senior leaders of the Rwanda Defense Force and the Rwanda National Police, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Commandant of the Senior Command and Staff College, graduating officers, other guests who are here today with us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I say good afternoon to you. I'm pleased to be back in Nyakinama for this 9th graduation of the Senior Command and Staff course. I want to start by congratulating all the graduating officers, your families, and the staff of the college for this important achievement. The continuous acquisition of knowledge and skills and the training of leaders in all fields is an important part of Rwanda's development trajectory. The armed forces are therefore no exception. This mission of this college is to educate a professional officer corps to serve our country's needs and aspirations. I'm pleased to hear of the college's efforts to modernize in keeping with global trends. The 47 officers graduating today embarked on this course with a clear understanding of the role of the Rwanda Defense Force as an integral part of our country's identity and transformation journey. You all have a part to play in ensuring that we reach our objectives. You have gained even more capabilities from this course, and therefore more is expected of you. I hope you will step into your new roles with fresh insight and enthusiasm. There are important challenges that require your leadership, as well as constant collaboration with other institutions. First, we must continue to consolidate the values of trust, consensus, and the accountability that characterize our society, and to which our defense and security institutions have always actively contributed. Second, as 21st century officers, you will operate in a volatile geopolitical and security environment as part of an ever more interconnected world. Interconnected and equal as well. Mark my word, unequal. Therefore, it adds another dimension of responsibility. How do we, based on this knowledge and commitment, and even if limited resources, how can we raise ourselves to that level where we feel we are equal with others? This unequal, or raising ourselves to the level where we feel we are equal to others, is loaded with many other things. And it's also an issue of mindset. It's an issue of choices we have made or we want to make going forward. It's an issue we have talked about several times in the past, and we may talk about it several more times in the future. But my point is, it isn't just about talking. It's about doing the very things that will take you where you want to be. Let me digress a little bit here to elaborate some few points. We were talking about modernization, we were talking about the knowledge, acquired skills, in the training, in so many fields. I saw something lacking that I thought I needed to mention here and make sure that those responsible will make everything possible for what has not been happening to happen. You agree with me, the graduating officers here today, throughout the many weeks you had here. Same time, many others who were here before you, something was lacking in understanding or utilizing IT, information technology. And because before I came here, I was asking the leaders I met before I came here, the leaders of our defense forces, how much that is utilized here to help students make broader studies and actually learn that, learn to use the tools themselves here as part of the course. And the answer was, I understandably, clearly, that one which I didn't want to hear. So, from today, going forward, those who are here responsible for that field, be it the Minister of Defense, leaders of RDF and education or IT people, when I come back here and I find that has not taken shape that it must, you will be in trouble. Then for unequal, again, I meant, because here most of these, all of us here are associated in one way or another. When I heard people talk about security studies, I imagined it was security in a much broader sense, and also when we talked about geopolitics, our country, I think we have a good understanding of who we are, where we are coming from, and where we are going and want to be. There's something intriguing when we are talking about lack of security in some aspects. On the one hand, we work in a partnership globally. Again, there is that element of unequal. In that partnership, we get a lot of support, we work together, we address problems in areas where there is lack of security. But at the same time, in our relationships, in the way we do business, we find with the one hand, we are helping to deal with matters of security. On the other, we are actually contributing to creating insecurity for countries, including our own. What do I mean? Particularly in our case, there have been even people who graduated like today, as you have, who say run into problems of their own making, sometimes, in actual fact, problems of criminal nature. And then same people run to countries called our partners, tell a lot of lies, they are welcomed. These same people turn around and actually get involved in acts that cause insecurity for the country. Now, I'm saying this because it has more or less become a trend. And it doesn't matter how much time you take to explain, it seems to go on and on and on with our partners. So I'm just telling our partners that don't help on one hand to deal with problems of security, meaning helping build capabilities and other things, and even support development, which is an integral part here of the broader security we talk about. At the same time, give ground for insecurity to develop that will come and reverse what we have been building together, meaning our countries and then with our partners. So those studies you are talking about, those who undertook security studies, I hope you just didn't go through it in a traditional sense without bringing it to bear on these realities that you and your countrymen and women go through every day. Otherwise, it will. It's interesting because you read books, or you write books, you study. I was talking to someone a few days ago. They had been abroad studying. You know, in writing their theses and things like that, these are Rwandans. When they want to write something about Rwanda in the context of the course that they undertook, the readers say of this course will tell them, no, not to touch it, not to talk about it, that they look for something else. The reason you would imagine would be to say you would be biased because that's where you come from. No, because that would be a simpler problem to address. The one who will mark you and who is supervising you can easily actually point that out and even penalize you for being biased. That's not a problem. But the reason is, no, they have set a narrative about Rwanda, for example, and they don't want anything deviating from that narrative they have created. If you write something and then you give facts, you give evidence, you destroy the narrative, that is not something they would be happy about. So that's why they tell you, no, don't. And then as I probed further, I found actually it is a common thing. It's not just one incident. Now, I'm bringing this out because when we are talking about geopolitics, we are talking about broader security studies, we are talking about, I mentioned the interconnectedness of the world, but also added how unequal it was. These things lie at the center of what I'm talking about. Or these are elements that actually need to be looked at if we, therefore, want to create an equal. This time, we want to create a world where we are equal. Equal shouldn't be just words. It should be demonstrated in real life. So you officers, I'm saying, don't just leave this place where you invested a lot of efforts and studied hard and without looking at things in a way differently from how they have been looked at for many years, for decades. Sometimes, in fact, things happening today taking us back centuries we've gone through. So I thought I needed to bring this up with you. I could have said much more, but let me keep that for another time. So here we are on, we find ourselves with complex global challenges, from terrorism to pandemics or natural disasters, where we find no single country that can provide durable solutions on its own, no matter how big or well-resourced they are. You are therefore called upon to look ahead, to assess threats and opportunities, and to collaborate with peers in the region and beyond in order to address them successfully. Our defense force is already making a difference in several theaters because we are anchored in a tradition of discipline and duty while remaining dedicated to the well-being of citizens. Finally, there is a battlefield beyond the physical where RDF must always be ready to protect Rwanda's security and stability uncompromisingly. This is the struggle to instill the mind state amongst ourselves that Rwandans and Africans are as equally deserving as others in terms of freedom, respect, and prosperity. We must be diligent in securing better lives for our people and contributing to a better world for all. I wish to conclude by once again thanking the families and friends who are here to celebrate with the graduates. You have been the support network for our officers, and by extension, for our entire defense force. congratulations, and we wish you all the best as you continue with your careers in our defense force. I thank you for your kind attention. Have a good day.